Alright guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind. We're just going to do a quick update on Bitcoin. I wanted to show you what we're discussing. Today we're going to be using a few tools. I thought I'd put back on this tool. And we have our sine wave going up at 31 here, so I naturally put the Fibonacci channel on that. And then we ran these extension lines out to find where we would, encounter price activity and where it would vibrate to. We could also postulate the next line would be an area where we would naturally see some resistance and support. And we have a further extension, or two more for this one for that matter. And is it possible we could reach 100,000 by February, March, and April, as my forecast indicates, as the 10, 11, and 12 month? Sure, absolutely. We could be anywhere inside of that. Or we could just be here. We could just hang out right here. Further to that, we could be up to here. We don't have to be, but somewhere around this period, we could get up to this area of the chart. Not saying that we will, but the possibility of us getting up underneath this, it can occur. Going back to the beginning again, I ran a shallow trend line on there, and I found out the angle where it crossed, it would make top again, would be an area of data points that we could use in the future. So let's go take a look at that. Taking this angle and copying it, I placed it naturally on our next building block bottom on September 11th. This angle, therefore, is the same length exactly as this length. However, the angle has caught our first preparatory bottom here at 49, sitting on our old January 11th top. We warned you about this top. I said it would be by the 13th. It came 2 days early. And I warned you about this bottom, and it came right on time. Naturally, while looking at this, I ran a bars pattern. We'll talk about that in a moment. So I took another trend line that is the same as our first two trend lines, and I placed it at a lower low just because we could retest this area, and it seemed maybe in line with this. We don't necessarily have to be down here. However, I'm extremely conservative, and I'm a bad news bears at the best of times. Disclaimer aside, I put another angle on from my change in trend where I state we're going to make a low when the moon revisits Taurus, and that won't end until the 2nd of September. However, the bottom could persist for a few days even so, but the energy would subside there, and we would have yet again another change in trend. So postulating that, of course, from there, we copied our angle and put it on right where we figured this change will most likely occur. And when this runs out and tops out, this asset will have made top. And as you guys know, the 10th, 11th, and 12th month from the halving every single time over the last 12 years, and that's happened in the last 3 cycles, we're more interested in time. We always have a top on our 10th, 11th, and 12th month, and after that we have a bunch more volatility. And then the end of that cycle will end on the 17th and 18th and 19th month from the halving event, as has been the case every single time the last 12 years in the 3 previous cycles. And that, of course, will be around the September, October, and November period. So looking at that, right now, we cannot lose this topping area, and 57 is pretty critical for us right now. You know, a bounce back down to this area wouldn't even, wouldn't faze me the least bit. My stop is back here, right? I told you guys that already. It's right back here. It's right under here. That's right. Right where we took off on this old top here. Right? This is our last 34 low right there. Oh, sorry, I think the square is in the way. This is our last low area here. And my stop is just sitting below this. So I don't believe it'll get hit, but you never know. However, I am expecting, we could come right back. I told you guys before, we could certainly come back to 38, and we could revisit this low on the 23rd of January here at 38,500. But that would have to hold. A break below this and a headbutt would be disastrous, and we would be moving rapidly down. That aside, it's looking an awful lot like this market is getting ready to possibly retest this bottoming area somewhere, and that could occur anywhere on our square here, right? Here we are, we're at 58 here, guys. Right, and there's our 53 and 54 right here. We have to stay above this area here, and particularly, right, our old top, we have to stay above this, and this is this 49,000 that I was warning you about, right? Right there. So we really need to hold this level, and the fact that Uranus is sitting here and it's holding around this 56, 57 level, it's vibrating on our, right? Because Mr. GANN was also using the circle as a scale. I've gone over that a few times with you guys. And also 49 degrees with, our move back. So if we hold this 49, it's quite likely we swing around to 81, and then looking at that, here's this 80, right? It's a level here. So, and then not to forget now this 100,000 right here, and it's sitting right on the opposite side here, just 180 degrees on top of our old 65 tops here. All right, all this nonsense right in here. So we'll be squaring out these areas. Anyways, guys, I thought I'd do a kind of a quick update on what could occur, and I've given you my dates of when things can turn around and change. And we have our old friend the moon, right? It's right now conjunct Pluto, and it is about to come around and get into Taurus here and make big changes. We usually have a top or a swing top. Doesn't always have to be the highest top, but it is always a swing top. Could be lower, and it may be. Then we're going to have an abrupt bottom, and that will start on the 31st. So pay attention to that. Anyways, guys, peace and love. Hit me up if you have any questions. Just leave them in the comments, or you can email me if you want. I have a special going on for the Square 9 that ends on the 31st, and same with the forecasting. And take advantage of that. And safe trading. Peace and love to y'all.